Yesterday we have started data step options. So these are the data step options: keep, drop, rename, password, where, OBS, first OBS. And this is the syntax for the options: data, new dataset name. So within the parentheses, within the brackets, you can use options. Set source dataset, run. So NDSN means new dataset name. And see, in this syntax we are using three statements: data, set, run. See, first of all, data statement to create new data set and to assign name to the new data set. Next is set statement to read an observations from the source data set. Next to run to execute the previous submitted statements in a model. Next to keep option. So what is the concept? To include the variables for output data set. Yes, you can create new data set only with selected variables from the source data set. Keep option syntax. Data, new data set name. See, within the parentheses, we can write like this: keep is equals to variables. We can keep the selected variables. Set source data set. See, every option is followed by the keyword equal sign. So I have explained the requirement, then I have given the examples. So these are the keywords in SAS: underscore, numeric underscore, underscore, cat underscore. Okay. Next, drop is vice versa to the keep option. Here we can exclude the variables for output data set. And rename is to rename the variables for output data set. So yesterday we have completed these three. Okay. So today we'll discuss the remaining options. So first let me import the raw data for practice. Okay, I want to import the data from these two files for practice: class, emp, excel files. Okay. Proc import data file. Out is equals to emp dbms excel. Yeah. Select submit. So I have imported the data from emp excel file. Next, from class. So for the data set, I'm giving the name class. This is the data from the class excel file. First, password option. So by using this option, we can assign password to the data set. It's for security. So generally we do have passwords for mails, bank accounts, for everything, for security. Same here also. If you want to give the security for data set, we can assign a password. All data sets may not require password generally. Suppose I am doing the credit card risk analysis project. There is one very important data. So I'm the project manager. There won't be other 10 people in the project. I don't want to disclose the important data even to my colleagues. In that case, I can set a password to the data set, for example. So we can give the security. So without password, no one can open the data, no one can edit, and no one can delete. You see the syntax here. Data, new data set name, in the parenthesis, password is equals to some password. Set source data set. And here, to give the password, we have to follow some rules. See, rules to give a password. Okay, see here. The password should start with either character or underscore only. See, you can give the password like this, or you can give like this also. But if you are starting with a number, it won't accept. It will show an error. Next, the password must be less than or equal to 8 characters. So here minimum 1, maximum 8. Next, the password accepts only underscore as a special character. You can give the password like this, or you can give like this also. ABC underscore 123. Only underscore you can use if you want. But if you're using any other character, either star, space, slash, hash, anything, it will show an error, syntax error. So we should follow these rules to give the password. Okay, here observe the data. Let me print. Okay, EMP data here. Now, here based on the sal variable, I want to calculate the bonus. For example, this year, for all the employees, bonus is 10%. 10% on the salary. So that will applicable from the December 1st to that bonus. So I will write a program here. Data, new data set name, employee 1. Set EMP. Okay, I'm creating the new variable bonus. See, we don't have a bonus variable here. Observe. I'm creating that one. That's my new column name. Bonus is equals to salary into it means salary into 10 by 100. Simply I'm writing salary into 0.10 means 10% on the salary is the bonus for every employee. But if you're writing like this, there is no security for the new data set. So anyone in your project can open the new data set and he can see what is his bonus. But I don't want to disclose the data up to the December 1st. So I want to set a password. Okay. Something. I have set one password. Okay, execute. Okay, here new data set created. Employee 1. So if anyone want to see this data, see it is asking a password. Okay, I know the password, so I can open myself. See, new variable created here with the name bonus. So 10% on the salary is the bonus. So salary 800, 10%. See 80. See? So I have created a new column, bonus. Okay, I can remember the password. So I will delete the program also, so that no one can know what is my password. Okay, like that. We can set a password. Suppose now I need to change the password now, for example. Because of some security reasons, now I need to change my password. To change the password. Okay, see, we can change the password. See this one. By using data sets procedure only, we can change the password. By using this one only, we can change the password. Data sets procedure. So by using options, just we can assign the password only. But if you want to change the password, we have to use this procedure. Data sets. So later, we'll discuss utility procedures. Here one of the procedure name is this one, data sets. Okay. So here we'll discuss that. So just here I will use that one only for one example. So by using that procedure only, we can change the password. Okay. Prop data sets lib is equal means library name. See in which library we have this data? Work library. Okay. So modify data set name employee1 within the parenthesis password is equals to current password abc123. I want to change to x. And some procedures in SAS we have to end with quit statement like SQL, graphs and all. I'll show you later which procedures. Okay, don't worry even if you didn't understand this because we'll discuss this one later, this procedure. Just I'm using this example to change the password. That's it. See? It is a procedure. So I have started with the keyword proc. What is the procedure name? Data sets. Library work. Because in work library I have this data. So modify employee1. So this is the current password I want to change to X. So we execute this. Okay, now if we want to see the data, we have to enter the new password X. We can change the password. Next, how to delete the password. Even if you want to delete the password, we have to use this procedure only. Data sets procedure. Suppose today December 1st. So I want to show this data to all my colleagues or members. You can remove the password here. Same proc data sets library work modify employee1. Now the current password is X. Now I don't want any password, so slash. Don't write anything after the slash. Like this we can remove the password. Execute. Okay, see it. Now it is not asking any password. So anyone can open this. So through the option, password option, we can assign a password to the data set. Okay, while giving the password, we should follow the rules. Okay, this very careful. And if you want, you can change the password and we can delete the password, but by using datasets procedure. Okay, next where option. See, to process only those observations into the new dataset where the condition is satisfied. By using where option, we can apply the conditions and it will process only those observations into the new dataset where the condition is satisfied. Okay, see the syntax. Data, new dataset name within the parenthesis where is equals to, here we can write the condition. In the new parenthesis, you have to write the condition. Set source data set. Now, while reading the data from source data set to new data set, it will check the condition. If this condition is satisfied, then only it will process the observation from source data set to new data set. So see one requirement here. Okay, I'm printing the employee data. Proc print data employee run. Okay. Now this is the reference variable, department number. So here we have these groups, department number 20, 30, okay, this, and 10. Three departments. 10, 20, 30. Means some employees are in the department number 10, some are in the department number 20, some are in the department number 30. Now I want to create a new data set employee 1. There I want to keep only department number 30 employees data. I don't want other employees. Okay, only department number 30 employees data I want to keep. Data, new data set name, employee 1. So here where is equals to, within the parentheses you can write a condition. Department number should be 30. Set source data set employee. Okay. I want to print the result data. Data employee. Okay. Observe here. See, new data set created employee 1 only with department number 30 employees data. So, only with department number 30 employees data. Like this, we can apply a condition here by using where option. Actually, see, it's a very big concept where. So later, we'll discuss the control statements. So there we'll discuss about if then else, where, and loops. So again, we need to discuss about the where. And here we'll discuss a separate session for where also. Okay, what are the operators can be used and everything here. So just here I will give two examples. So remaining all operators we'll discuss there. Okay, this is one example. Next, I want to print the class data. So this is the class data here. Now this is the reference variable, gender. See, in the gender we have two groups, male group, female group. Now I want to create two data sets at a time. In one data set I want to keep only male data. In one data set I want to keep only female data. Suppose, see, I want to create two data sets, class underscore male, class underscore female. So here under the gender variable, I want to keep only male data. Here under the gender variable, I want to keep only female data. So I want to create two data sets at a time. Means I want to create multiple data sets in one program. So here data class underscore male, class underscore female. Source is the class. Run. I want to print two data sets one by one, because in one program we can print only one data set. So here within the parenthesis we can write where is equals to, here gender is equals to. So it's a character observation. Always character observation should be in the quotes. Okay, here and close the bracket. So here so I'm creating two data sets at a time, and this is the condition here. I want to keep only male data. So it's a character observation. M. Always it should be in the quotes. Now execute. See, two data sets created at a time. Class underscore male, class underscore female. See the class underscore male data. Observe. Here in the gender variable, we have only male data. See the class underscore female. So here we have only female data under the gender variable. So like this we can use where option. So in these two examples we are using only this operator equal. Like this we can use not equal, greater than or less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and, or, like that. So many operators can be used. So we'll discuss all those again in the control statements. So these are the examples to use where option. Next, OBS option, observations option. So here we can read the data from first observation to nth observation. First observation to n number, nth observation. So here we can specify where you want to stop reading the data. Sometimes you don't no need to read all observations. Suppose I am doing the sample analysis. For that I want to read up to one particular observation only. So here in the source data set 100 observations are there. But in the new data set I want to read only first 30 observations from 1 to 30. Means I want to stop reading the data at 30th observation. So we can specify where you want to stop reading the data. So here we can read only first 30 observations. Okay, next. Okay, see here syntax. Here remember one point: data new data set name, set source data set, run. Actually, we are using all other options here after the new data set name. But these options, OBS and first OBS, these two options we should use along with the set statement only. So only here we can use. Okay. Here we can write OBS is equals to N. Means where you want to stop reading the data. Remember, OBS and first OBS options can be used along with the set statement only. This is the syntax. Next, to first OBS option. To read the data from nth observation to end observation. Say nth to end. Means we can specify where you want to start reading the data, starting point. Okay, here in the source data set, 100 observations are there. But I want to read from the 51 observation, 51 to till end. Means we can specify where you want to start reading the data, starting point. I don't want from the beginning. I want to read from here. The starting point we can specify here. First OBS option. OBS, first OBS. See the requirement here. So I want to print the class data. See here. This way. In the class data set, we have 19 observations. See, 19 observations. See the requirement. In the class data set, 19 observations. Now I want to create 3 data sets one by one. Class 1, class 2, class 3. In the class 1, I want to keep 5 observations. That too, first 5, beginning 5. In the class 2, I want to keep 10 observations. Last 10, 10 to 19. Next, in the class 3, I want to keep 8 observations. Middle 8, 8 to 15. Okay. See one by one. To create class 1 data set. Data, new data set name, class 1, source class. Proc print data class 1. If I write it like this, it will create the class 1 same like class only. Means all observations will be read from class to class 1. See? Just class 1 is the copy of class. All observations copied. But what is our requirement here? We have to read only 5 observations. First to 5. See it? Means first 5 means Alfred to Henry. See the names? Alfred to Henry. Only first 5 observations I want to read. So here we can use the option OBS. This equals to 5. Means this is the stop point. Means I want to stop reading the data at 5th observation. Okay. See it? Class 1 data set created only with 5 observations. First to 5. Alfred to Henry. Next, to create class 2 data set. Okay, data class 2 set class. So in the class 2 data set, we have to read 10 observations, last 10. So here we can use first OBS option. First OBS. Means here we are specifying where we have to start reading the data. This is the starting point. Means we have to start read the data from 10th observation. 10 to till end. Okay, execute. So only 10 observations. John to William. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can check here. In the class datasets here, 10th one is John. John to William. See? John to only last 10 observations. Next, class 3 dataset. Okay. Okay, here in the class 3 dataset, I want to keep only 8 observations. Middle 8. 8 to 15. Okay, so here 8 is Jonet. 15 is Philip. Okay, Jonet to Philip. Only these observations I want to keep. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jonet to Philip. So here I will specify first of all first obvious option. So 8 is the starting point. I want to start reading the data from 8, and I will specify the end point also. I want to read up to 15 only. Okay. See, in one program we can use these two options. First obvious, obvious by giving space. So this is the starting point. This is the ending point. So only 8 observations. John to Philip. We can read only the required observations like this. Like this, we can use these two options: OBS, first OBS. OBS means we can specify where you want to stop reading the data. First OBS. Here we can specify where you want to start reading the data. Starting point. This is the stop point. So these are the data step options here. Okay. So keep, drop, rename, password, where, OBS, first OBS. These are the data step options. Okay, what is the concept of keep? To include the variables. Drop is to exclude the variable. Next, rename. We can rename the variable. And by using password option, we can assign a password to the data set for security. By using where option, we can apply the conditions. And by using OBS option, we can specify where you want to stop reading the data. By using first OBS, we can specify where you want to start reading the data. These are the data steps. Like this, we can use these data step options here. So far, what are the concepts we have covered? First, we have started with demo session. In the demo session, I have discussed about the SAS tools like data access, data management, data analysis, presentation. Okay. It's theoretical part. I have explained about this. Data, what is data access? To access the data from different data sources to SAS. Next, to data management. So we can convert raw data into SAS required format for analysis. And analysis part, it's completely functional part. Then presentation part to generate the reports. Then in the first session, we discussed about SAS Windows. Next, data entry program, how to create our own data set. Next, some other basics like SAS terminology and what are the programs, data step program, procedure step program, like that. Those things we discussed. It's also theoretical part. Then after that we have started data access. Here we have completed two procedures: import procedure, export procedure. These two we have discussed. Import is to import the data from external data source to SAS. You can import the data only from non-relational database like Excel, Access, Notepad, Tab, CSV files. And export is vice versa to the import procedure. Here we can export the data from SAS to external data source. We can export the data to Excel, Access, Notepad, Tab, CSV, Word. To Word also we can export. Then we have started data management. Here first we have discussed data step options. We have completed this concept, data step options. So these things we have done so far.